Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is your chef from guruscooking.in with banana walnut cake. How to make? Come, let's bake. Please make a note of the ingredients. Step 1. Preheat your oven at 180 degrees centigrade at convection setting mode. In the meanwhile, while your oven is getting preheated, we'll crack open 4 eggs into a bowl. We'll beat the hell out of these eggs now using an electric whisk. You have to do this, friends, for at least 5 minutes because the consistency that we're looking for in this egg batter is that of the one that forms ribbons in the end. To understand what I'm saying, I'll show you. In the end, when you blend it until for 5 minutes, and you pick it up, it becomes like ribbon strands, as you can see. Now this is what you're looking for. So I'll show you once again, please observe. Now do you see these ribbons? Excellent. Please put it aside. We'll take another bowl. To this we'll be adding Amul Butter at room temperature 100 grams. To this we'll be adding Castor or Granulated Sugar. And we want to blend them together, but the butter will throw up everywhere if I use a whisk now. So I'm going to first shorten it up by cutting it down using my spoon or spatula into small bits or pieces. And only then will I be using an electric whisk to blend and incorporate the sugar well into the butter. So you can see it is throwing up everywhere, but not like it would have been until I cut it short using a spoon. Yeah, good enough. So friends, this will take you around a minute. So take your time, incorporate it pretty well. And remember, the butter was at room temperature. Cool. Now we are done with this, and in the meanwhile we'll be adding something interesting and important. I've taken a sieve, and to this we'll be adding 1 cup of all-purpose flour or Maida and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. We've used the sieve because we want the finest quality of cake, which is gooey, soft and tender in the end. So we'll pass it through a sieve and get the finest form of this Maida. To this now we'll be adding our egg batter that we had prepared with ribbon consistency. The banana, my friends, you'll be using has to be ripe. The more riper it is, the more gooey and soft and tender your cake will turn out to be. So I've mashed 1 banana, which is a ripe banana, and added it here. We'll follow up with some aroma with some vanilla essence of 5 to 6 drops. And then we'll be blending it together using a spoon or a spatula in a clockwise motion, as if we are trying to fill air into this batter. So the more air you fill, the gooey it will be. I'll give you a tip. Do not mix it too much. Just mix it with gentle hands. If you mix it too much, then your cake will not be tender. It will be slightly hard like a bread. If you want it to be gooey and moist and soft, then just swirl it like I'm showing you 10 times, not more than that. That's enough. Good, remember that. And now we'll be adding in another important ingredient, walnuts. This is 1 cup of walnuts, around 100 grams. Please do not cut short the walnuts into small tiny bits. You just cut it short into 1/4 the size as it comes in original. Great. And now mix it again for just 5 times, not much like I told you. That's good. Excellent, it is already looking wonderful. Friends, remember your oven is getting preheated, don't forget that. We'll grab a mold. This is a bread mold in which I prepare my breads. to this we'll be adding 1 teaspoon of oil. You can also add butter or ghee if you have one. Now be generous and using your clean hands, smear it to the inside walls of your bread mold nicely. It's important to make sure that the cake doesn't stick to the edges at all. And also to make sure that it doesn't stick, we have got another important thing to do. We'll take 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour or Maida and dust it inside very gently. Come, let's do that. Now don't put your hands inside, just lightly with gentle hands sprinkle it around and smear all the Maida inside very gently. Any excess that is left, we'll discard it. Like this. Excellent. Now get the cake batter, my friends, for banana and walnut cake and drop it in here gently over the top. Mix it, drop it. Now flatten it up using a spoon or spatula and shake it, baby, while you make it so that it levels up nicely. So shake and also tap it up and down so that you remove any air bubbles inside. Friends, we'll put this now in the preheated oven that we had, now at a temperature of the same thing, 180 degrees centigrade for 70 minutes, 70. But don't go by the time. You take a skewer stick or a toothpick and insert it in the middle of the cake and take it out and observe. If it is wet, then it is not done, but in my case it's totally dry, which means it is done. If it is wet, you'll have to keep it back into the oven and cook again. Please wait for 15 minutes. Don't touch it for 15 minutes. Leave it outside at room temperature, and after 15 minutes you insert a knife at the edges. And whoa, you should be waiting now because you're ready to handle this cake. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's just good enough. And you'll see I can lift it in my palm. As I said, tap twice or thrice and done. Here is your banana walnut cake. The aroma, ooh baby, trust me on that. Alright friends, you can see how brown, elegant, curvy, firm it is. And now to cut this, we'll use a knife. But to cut it nicely and firm, use a knife which has been placed in warm or hot water, and that way your knife will cut your slices elegant and firm. Alright, that's pretty interesting, isn't it? Good. So friends, here's your banana and walnut cake, soft and moist, gooey and tender with all the slices. Come, let's enjoy one. Here, you see that? Great. And also gooey, soft. Once again, let's go for it. Awesome. And if I squeeze it up, it is so soft and tender. Alright friends, thank you so much for watching and subscribe to my channel, because every month we are offering 10,000 rupees to one lucky subscriber as an Amazon gift voucher. So if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now and get lucky. Friends, if you like my video, please do subscribe, and also yes, like my video and share it with your friends. Let them also enjoy some nice banana walnut cake. Here are the ingredients, and follow up are the cooking instructions for you. In the meanwhile, let me recap a few tips for you. Tip number 1, your oven should be preheated. Remember? Tip number 2, use a ripe banana. Tip number 3, while blending the mixture, do not blend it too much, otherwise your cake will be too hard. Just keep it light and easy on the cake and blend it less. Tip number 4, the egg batter that you prepare should have a consistency of ribbons. Tip number 5, do not open the lid of the oven while cooking frequently. Keep the lid closed. You can see from the walls outside how the cake is, isn't it? And here are a few more recipes, my friends. Do enjoy them on my channel. Thank you once again. Mwah. Some sweet kisses for sweet banana and walnut cake.